On arrival at Nikola Tesla Airport, Belgrade, President Museveni was received by His Excellency Ivica Dačić, Serbia's first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Dragan Jupajeva, Serbia's ambassador to Uganda, Honorable Henry Okello Oryem, Uganda's State Minister for Foreign Affairs, and Her Excellency Elizabeth Paula Napeyok, Uganda's ambassador to the Republic of Serbia. During this highly anticipated two-day official visit, President Museveni is set to hold crucial bilateral discussions with his host, President Alexander Vučić, aimed at strengthening diplomatic and economic ties between the two nations.
One on trade and exchange, another one on agriculture, another one on science, technology and innovation. I think the fourth one is on Minister of Works to deal with Civil Aviation Authority and code share for Uganda Airlines to ensure that Air Serbia and Uganda Airlines can work together to exploit these two markets. So this is a journey of 9 months, so tomorrow is the starting point for when the business kicks off.
One of the highlights of President Museveni's visit is the official launch of the Uganda Connect-trade hub, a key component of Uganda's strategy to enhance our presence in the Balkans region.
So this is a central hub where Ugandan companies can showcase, bring their products in the physical space as well as online. And each of those products people can test, smell, touch, and ask for details of the company and the product. But it's also a place where you wake up in the morning, you are heading to work, you pick a cup of Uganda coffee. So you wake up, you meet Uganda coffee. It is a place on one afternoon, you want to relax and have a meal, you'll eat Ugandan matoke, Ugandan potatoes, because we've trained chefs and baristas who understand the taste buds, taste and preferences of this market, as well as applying them on our fish, on our vegetables, on our avocados, getting different types of recipes. That testing on a Friday afternoon could lead you somewhere, either book a holiday or check where Uganda is, or want to invest in the country. So this is beginning of a journey where Uganda is seen, felt, heard differently from how we've traded. Trade has been left purely private sector, and I know no other country that has succeeded on exports unless you have a very combined intentional strategy that brings government and private sector to work together on particular sectors with specific markets, with specific segments, and pursue aggressively these markets until they yield a return. And that's what we're trying to do.
A delegation of nearly 20 Ugandan manufacturers led by the Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development has already established a significant presence in Serbia. The chairman, Odrek RWABWOGO, also believes that the delegation's exposure to the Serbian market will propel Ugandan companies towards producing more sophisticated and complex goods.
This market demands very high standards, EU standards. We already export to EU in fruits and vegetables, but we've never come straight from the garden directly into a retail outlet. It's the first time it's happening here. So our objective number 2 is to ensure that companies can learn and grow how to sell in complicated markets, and that will lead us to producing goods of complexity. We move away from producing just tea to producing fridges. We move eventually from producing fridges as electronics to semiconductor industry, where other countries are producing computer chips for drones, for things like that. We're still talking food, people are talking about computer chips and drones. When are we going to get there? Unless companies learn how these markets operate. This is a very strategic objective, and I think we can achieve it.
Samuel Senono and Wycliffe Modachi for UBC TV News.